Who's your gardener here? Well, it's kind of a rainy day out, and not much I can do out in the garden. So anyways, I've been having a problem with my old Cub Cadet here. Leaks. It's been leaking like crazy right down here at the valve cover. It drips down from right here and it hits the top of my muffler. So I've been a heavy-duty diesel mechanic for going on 23 years, and man, I have fixed all kinds of leaks on engines, and I'm telling you, this one's kicking my butt. From what I understand, this engine, the Kohler Courage is what they call it. That's probably a good name. It takes a lot of courage to operate this thing. It's not a very good engine design from what I understand. Everybody else got plenty of YouTube videos on them. But I'm going to try and do it one more time. I've already sealed it. I put the gasket on like it told me to. And then it said put some RTV silicone on it. I've done that. So just from a professional aspect of it, it's way too close to the muffler. There's no way. That muffler gets too hot, and what's happening is it's cooking the gasket. Or sealer, whatever else you got there. So I'm going to make an attempt to put a heat sink in on it and see if I can't fabricate something up here to help deter some of the heat away from it, or deflect the heat away from this valve cover gasket. So I started out with a piece of tin, piece of metal, and I cut it at 3 inches right there. I've got some lines marked on it right now. I need to put a couple bends in it so I can fabricate a little shield there. So let me get them bent and maybe a couple more cuts on it and drill some holes, and I'll get back with you on it. And there's no sense in you watching the whole thing. So maybe if someone else has this problem, maybe this will help. I don't rightly know that it'll help. I'm just going off of my expertise as an engine mechanic for all them years. I'm going to put something in there to separate those two so it can deflect some of that heat away. So let me do some fabricating here, and then I'll let you see what it looks like when I'm done. What are you two doing? What you eating? Peaches? Is that what you're eating? My golly. Yep. They're eating peaches. That'll be fun later. But they are good. Alright, I'm back. I've done some fabrication. This is what I come up with. It's got a little bit of a bend. I had to give it this kind of a funky contour here just so I could get the bolts to line up so I could get them to mount to an existing bracket. I did have to excuse me, I did have to drill an additional hole. There was one here. I don't know if you can see that or not. It's kind of a bad angle. And I had to drill a new hole next to it in order to pick up my bracket here. Helps if you focus the camera there. Alright, so it's got a little, like I said, a little chamfer on the back side. Hopefully that'll deflect some of the heat downward and out. And then up here on the front side. So it goes in. One of these days I'm going to get a camera it goes in right here. It's kind of hard to do with one hand. Kind of like that. You see right there, I've got a little bit of an air gap between it, and hopefully that'll deflect some of the air along the backside and away from that gasket, and then divert the other this way. Now it's got a cover that goes on the front. This is the cover, and if you ask me, that just helps hold everything in. So, I mean, it goes right up and over the valve cover. So, I don't know. I know they're trying to divert some of that, you know, down and out. But hopefully this will keep enough of it off down here so it doesn't burn my gasket up. I tell you what, I'm going to bolt it in, and instead of making this any lengthier than what it already is, what I'm going to do is I'll give you an update on it later on. See how it's holding up, if it did any good or not. Let some of you guys know. What are you doing, Flash? Let some of you guys know if it did work. If you've got one of these, you might want to try and put an additional piece of metal in it. You know, now that I'm looking at it with that other cover on there, kind of wondering if I shouldn't have brought that out a little more in the front to help get it away from it altogether. You can see how it's diverted back here in the back. Wondering if I shouldn't just bring this all the way out to here. Huh. Well, we'll have to take a look at it, see what we can do. Alright. This is Who's Your Gardener. Rainy day. Trying to make the best of it. Get something done. Dogs are eating peaches. There's old Flash. That one up there is Lily. She's eating her peaches on the hill under the tree. I guess that's where they're the freshest at. Had no idea dogs would eat peaches. Eat too many of them, that's going to be interesting. Alright, Who's Your Gardener here? Lord bless. Have a good day.